Hi, this is Bill, and this is what I got for you today. Today I'm talking about my work and some of the developments that have been going on there. Now I'll be reading a lot of this because there's a lot of stuff here. I can't memorize all this. So anyway, I posted a video about 4 months ago showing a method to remotely measure the Earth's magnetic field from our satellite mission called the Microwave Limb Sounder. It has an antenna that scans through the atmosphere from the surface to about 100 kilometers. And we developed a model that incorporates the atmospheric temperature and the magnetic field to predict the signals that our instrument would see. So we actually called this the forward model. So anyway, in the late 1980s, I developed the first version of this model for a space instrument which no longer exists. For our second instrument now in orbit, it's been up there over 20 years. Someone else took over the magnetic field signal model, forward model. And anyway, so lately there's been a lot of interest in doing these measurements, so much so that NASA launched a 3-CubeSat instrument to make these measurements from space yesterday. This project is called EZIE, which stands for Electrojet Zeeman Imaging Experiment. Zeeman is the name of a guy who, I guess, first discovered magnetic field interactions in spectroscopies. So anyway, I told people that we can make some of these measurements with our existing instrument. So we have like over 20 years of data. So for those curious, why is this important? Well, it turns out that the magnetic field around the Earth actually shields us from like protons and other shit that's ejected from the sun. You know, it just deflects it around our planet. Mars, for example, lost its magnetic field because it's a smaller planet. I guess its iron core cooled off and solidified, and so it didn't get the shielding, and all these protons and stuff stripped that planet of most of its atmosphere. So and that's why there's no life on Mars that we know of. Anyway, I show a figure here of the signals we measure, and they're in the top panel. They range from about 120 to 225 degrees Kelvin. The bottom panel shows how well we can model this. This is with our current forward model, which is generally better than, or not worse than 10% of the total signal, usually even a lot better. The patterns seen in the top panel are caused by the changing Earth's magnetic field as the satellite orbits the Earth. And so anyway, we can go ahead and measure we basically fit these patterns, and we can measure the Earth's magnetic field. So in the next figure shows the measurement of the Earth's magnetic field from our instrument. That's in the top panel, and the bottom panel shows a difference from our measurement in that from an IGRF magnetic field model. And as you can see, agreement generally is good most of the time, except over the South Polar region. So we're adding information there. Anyway, I have this program set up now, and we can run this operationally. So I guess we got to get the go-ahead from the project and maybe some funding to do it, because it will take some time. Anyway, a couple of my colleagues, including the guy who took over the magnetic forward model from me in the early 2000s, have been hired by the EZIE project to help them with their modeling, with their forward modeling. So they were complaining that they were having problems with the EZIE forward model, and that I guess others had developed several months ago. So I said, why not use our model? I said, we know it works. And so they said something on the order of, our model can't do the down-looking geometry that they need. And so I disagreed with this. I said, yeah, our model can do that. I mean, it presumably was programmed to do this. So, and left it at that. So anyway, last week he comes to me and says, you know, we're still having a problem with this. So can you run basically our model to compare it to what they have to see which one is right? Because I guess they're getting all different kinds of results and they can't seem to figure this out. So this is a week before launch. So anyway, I dig into our model and our code, and it was not working right for the EZIE geometry. So in that sense, I guess it was correct. It wasn't. It was set up to do it, but it just was not tested. That's basically the issue here. Because I said the capability was there. So after a week of digging through this code, which I did not write or even totally understand, I found this, these few lines of code that absolutely didn't make any sense to me. Dealing with what I call an earth strike geometry, with a beam goes down, bounces back up. I said, why are these here? It looks like it's going to screw it all up. So anyway, I commented them out, which is basically like deleting them from the code, and ran it, and it worked. So this next figure I shows the predicted calculations that the EZIE will see. So EZIE measures actually 4 polarizations of the signal coming from space. And so that's what the 4 panels show. They get basically the predictions for these 4 signals that they will see. So anyway, got this done about 4 hours before launch. So we got another 4 ball to compare. At least one I know that works. So yeah. So anyway, I actually saw the launch from my house where I live, and here's a video of that. I know it's not anything particularly spectacular, but anyway, I gotta say, go Elon Musk. Yeah, I mean, his SpaceX rocket actually launched this thing into space. So as I struggle to find things I could do after work life ends, at least I feel like I'm good enough to at least to be able to do my work. So, and this is what I find interesting about how I must think so differently from people, from people generally, because I would have just approached this so differently, because we have a model that works. We've been using it for 20 years, and it does everything they need, and yet they totally rejected it, and I guess decided to use some other untested model. And as I say, one of the guys that's on this actually, he's actually in charge of the model we are using. I mean, basically it's a copy of what I developed, but he understands all this stuff, and he's smarter than I am. If you base it on like SAT scores and things like that. So I don't know. I just don't understand how people think sometimes. So I guess I just have a lot more determination and grit than most people. I guess maybe that's my secret weapon in life. Because, I mean, certainly, it was a struggle to get this model to work for this particular case, but all the stuff was there. I mean, I knew it was. So, well, anyway, I guess that's my rant. So anyway, if you like and enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and it helps me with my low self-esteem. And that's all I got for today. Bye-bye.